Well, I must again return to Mr. Lalit Mansingh. You are welcome, sir, to react to any of the comment made by others. But let me hear one more quotation from Sripsan Kamenan. Our goal is to transform India. China, like the US or the world economy for that matter, is a fact of life. We must learn to use it to achieve our goals.
Well, I think these are statements you can't question the wisdom of these statements. But what I do question is that we are expected to follow a code of behavior which our friends think don't apply to the Chinese. I mean, don't raise uncomfortable issues with the Chinese. You know what will happen. Don't raise these difficult issues, because if they are tough with you, you'll cut a sorry figure. I want to ask these friends, when the Philippines make a statement saying the Chinese are encroaching into our territory, the Philippines is a tiny little country compared to China with its mighty military might. They're not afraid. The Vietnamese are not afraid. But we are expected to be so sweet and reasonable that we should never raise it. I also want to make another comment. That if the Chinese really believed in friendship, there would be some demonstration. But they have settled border problems with 12 out of the 14 neighbors. Who is left out? India and our friend Bhutan. We must be very special in their esteem that after 45 years of negotiations on the border, we haven't made an inch of progress. This is a sign of great friendship with China. Now, let me also comment on something. A lot of commentaries have come out in the press praising Mr. Modi for his boldness in raising issues of concern for India. For instance, at the Tsinghua University, before the students, he said that the border issue must be resolved, right? I thought prime ministers are paid to state the national interests of their country. What is so bold about a statement? I think it was so subtle that the Chinese didn't notice it. And as you said, a few weeks later, an official spokesman from the Deputy Director General of the Chinese Foreign Office said, we tried to clarify the LAC, but there were some difficulties which he didn't elaborate. And after that, we think it is not worth doing because it will lead to complications. End of the story. Mr. Modi, did he make really a bold statement? I'll tell you what a bold statement is. Xi Jinping comes to India as the chairman of the military commission. He allows the PLA to encroach into Indian territory, and they remain there for the entire period that Xi Jinping is here. That, my friends, is a bold statement. That is what big countries do. So let us not have two standards. Some by which we judge China. Let us respect them, let's be nice to them, and so on. But we will never say anything adverse. They will claim Arunachal Pradesh, but never talk about Aksai Chin. They will put in $42 billion in projects, including those in the POK. But we should never mention the fact that they are laying claims to our territory, or they are encroaching into our space in the neighborhood, or they are threatening the border. If China is not a threat to us, explain to me why they are militarily building up Tibet with missile bases, with missiles aimed at India. Is this a sign of friendship? So I think the questions have to be asked. That you have national interests, don't be hesitant in at least stating them to your Chinese counterparts. Let's find out. My hunch is the Chinese don't respect good behavior. The Chinese respect firmness. The Chinese respect strength. And big example of that is when Obama went on his first trip to Beijing. What did he do? He cancelled a meeting with the Dalai Lama, being nice to the Chinese, not spoiling the atmosphere. And what happened? The Chinese treated him with disdain, and he came back empty-handed. I think the lesson from that is, state your views, stand firm, and that's when the Chinese will respect you.